is a unboxing of a Skywatcher Flextube 200p telescope. This is a Dobsonian. I've already set up the stand for it, the base. This is a Skywatcher Flextube 250p. That's 10-inch, the size of the parabolic mirror of this. And I've already set up that. That's part of the furniture as if. But this one is the actual telescope, the optical tube. The thing about this tube which made me order one was that it's a Dobsonian, but at the same time, because it is quite compact, you can practically fold it, and if we reduce to the size that you can see here is around 80 centimeter, and it has 2 inches eyepiece adapter focuser, and that is a good point. So let me just take out the individual items and let's see what is inside. Okay, I can see a quite chunky piece. Let me just use both my hands and just extract this. Okay, now I have not set up the tube upright, and I'm going to remove the plastic from the top. Okay, I'm removing the plastic. It's quite delicate optical instrument, very precise. As you can see, it has a dust cap, like a shower cap, for the top part of it, and a separate cap for the optical part. I've heard people saying that by removing this stopper here, you can actually shut it tight, so it will not be this gap of 1 inch here, and you can use this dust cap on the top part. It will be completely isolated. Have a look around it. It has a swiveling axis here, handles for using it, carrying it, or guiding it. These are the screws that you can loosen up and extend the 4 individual bars to extend the tube. That is the massive eyepiece focuser, and you can see the size there. I'll go from the other side and show you. And you can see the massive eyepiece focuser from this angle, and this is a 10-inch telescope, 250 millimeter, and focus 1200. So the F number, or focal ratio of this, which means that how wide you can see the sky, the angular width of the sky to see through this, is quite good. It's less than 6, 5.7 or 8. I'm now going to lift it and put it on the stand and see how it will do. Wish me luck. I'm now going to lift it and put it on the stand and see how it will do. Wish me luck. Okay, I'm now going to put the optical assembly tube into the base, the stand, and as you can see, it has a handle for carrying, for 1.4 eyepieces space, also for 2-inch eyepieces here. So let's do it now. Oh, that was easier than what I thought. You must try it with a German equatorial mount to know what I mean, how easy it is. Those are difficult. Okay, this is the eyepiece holder. Look at it, how chunky it is. I have got this eyepiece for that. 3 very good eyepieces, good quality, top notch, max vision ones. And I'm going now to extend the tube and probably have a look into the mirror. Now, as you can see, I've extended tube, and this is the full length of the telescope. I can say this is around 150 or 40 and how easy it is to maneuver it around. So you can make it up to the lowest point, which is, and it stays the way that it is. You can extend it almost horizontal, yeah. And if you want to go the opposite way, it doesn't go that way. What you will do, you turn the base, and again there is a handle here. You will turn it like that. And now let us see the actual optical assembly tube. That's the cap, dust cap. This is the beautiful mirror of this lovely telescope. And this is inside the diagonal mirror, and that's the cap you can see. Now let me remove the cap. That's the first light. Hallelujah. Isn't it beautiful? This is the best, most portable Dobsonian you can ever see. It's amazing. Of course, this is the telescope itself. Looks like a Keck telescope or like a Mount Palomar. And that's a giant mirror. And this is the instruction manual, astronomical telescope user guide, brochure introducing the different products from the manufacturer, 10mm eyepiece, 25mm eyepiece, which is a wide angle. So I'm going to use that. And this is what we were looking for. That's the eyepiece holder. What before that we can do, look at the viewfinder. As you can see, this is the viewfinder. On its own is a different, is a telescope on its own. I can say this is probably around 50mm and quite impressive size for an eyepiece. I can use it as a telescope. Now I'm going to put the viewfinder here. It's very easy. It's a dovetail bracket. It slides here. So I'm going to do it now, and I will show you the result. I cannot stop admiring the ease of installation in this telescope. Everything is so easy to work with. Telescopes, you know that. Even the smallest one with the German equatorial one are a pain to work with. This is such a giant telescope and it's so easy. Okay, I've installed the viewfinder, and I'm now removing the cap of it to show you the lens. This is the first view of the lens. Beautiful. And I'm now going to remove this lens cap on the end part of it. And let us see how it looks if I look through this viewfinder. It should be a wide angle view. I noticed that the telescope a little bit slides down, so probably I should adjust the tension and the spring or whatever I have to do here. I'm sure there is something for that. And anyway, that's something that I have to read the manual for that. At the moment I'm not going to interfere with this. I'm just putting the lens cap, removing the lens cap from this cap from the viewfinder, just to be able. This is the eyepiece holder, and this is the adapter for 2 to 1.1 inch. And I will just loosen up the screws and let it fit into that place. This is the eyepiece holder, and this is the adapter for 2 to 1.1 inch. And I will just loosen up the screws and let it fit into that place. I've now fitted that adapter, and I will remove the cap here Oh, it's wonderful. I can now adjust this also to hold it in place. This is the view for the eyepiece, and you can see the roof. Now I'm going to put the eyepiece into this and look at some views. Delighted to tell you that this is a Super Plusel 25mm multi-coated 52 degrees true field of view, and when you buy a telescope from Skywatcher, they give you good eyepieces, but this one is super good because this is a Super Plusel eyepiece with a very wide angle view. Yeah, I've now installed the eyepiece. Quite impressive size. I have to remove this connection because that looks a little bit too high, and I'm sure that I can because there is a T adapter here which can go into this space. I will do it and I will make it shorter. As I mentioned, I have now removed that length of the adapter. That increases the focal point, which can be good, but at the moment I don't want that, and I can put this with a shorter focal length here. You can see I've now done it, and I'm going to focus on some distant object. By the way, this is a focuser knob. On its own is very good. I've seen that they have on the higher model of this, they have a fine focuser, fine travel focuser there that actually you can adjust it for very refined focusing. We will see, probably just a change of the wheel or something I can do with that. I have to see it, maybe it's interchangeable, you don't need the whole thing. If they can have such a thing, I may go for that option also later. Before using this telescope, I use another Skywatcher refractor, that means with the lens, the long one, the traditional way of imagining a telescope. And I can say the image you see with this is superior, clear, crystal clear. You could see individual rocks in the far distant buildings, individual grains, specks of the dust, and over in the shape of a lichen on a tree, far away trees. That's amazing quality. I'm really happy I got this. And guess what? This was not bought new. It was bought new 2018 July, but I bought it as a second hand, and for a really bargain price of $350 from auction site. That's amazing. This is a telescope that will have cost in the past probably 1,000, 2,000 pounds, and the new is actually that price, around 900 pounds. And in the step I can just dismantle it now. I've put already the lens cap. Now I collapse the telescope back. Okay, I already have put the telescope down. Now put the cap on it. The cap is back, and now remove the viewfinder